It's the Jim and Terry Show, feeling a little melancholic, maybe a little bluesy, a little somber.
This makes me somber, yes.
Well, it is a moody little thing.
But you know, old little man, before you get into your subject, I want to share something to do with the storm, my last show, if I may.
A chaser to the ice storm.
A chaser to the ice storm.
Go ahead.
I have a friend who has a couple of cars, but he has an older car of the same model of his newer car that he likes better than his newer car. If you're confused, I understand.
I am confused.
During the ice storm, he was getting concerned, and he was driving his older car, the one he loves. So he moved it out from under the trees into his front yard. You guessed it. Oh, little man, the tree found it.
The tree found his favorite car.
Totaled it.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
That is sad. Well, I've got a tale of woe as well, and that's as a chaser to the generator story. Yeah. We did get a generator. We ran it. I stayed here at the house to sort of keep an eye on things, and the generator provided the electricity for the heater that I kept. And the story is of a community member. We found about this, I think it was through Facebook, that someone had passed away through asphyxiation by keeping the generator inside their garage, which was attached to the house.
Yep.
And that sad, preventable. Big labels on their generators. When I open the box is covered with these stickers. Do not operate in a closed environment. Do not put inside your house. Do not put inside your garage. Do not put it anywhere, Sam I am.
And you think everybody knows that by now. You would think.
You would think so. My heart goes out to the family. Apparently my wife and daughter know the family members. They used to attend her art class, the children. There was no children involved, but one parent was apparently asphyxiated, and her dog.
Oh, joy to the world.
Oh, isn't this a morose day? These are all the chaser episodes to catching up on a week's worth of grief. Southern Ontario, you rock. Hydro, emergency workers, everybody responsible for restoring power from out of province, different provinces contributing. We are so blessed to have people with skills that keep the lights on.
Yeah, and understand anybody. If I know you're going to be upset if you don't have power and all the crap that's happened, because a lot of people have flooded basements.
Yes.
Their basements are ruined, and they can't even pump it out. They still can't do it. Remember, it's not the hydro workers' fault. They're going to just go where they're told to go, and there's a systematical way in which they have to do things. As sad as it is, sometimes some of us are at the end of that line.
Good reminder, and I like that analogy. We did this. I have my own strategy, which is to tell Hydro I am still without power. And you do that online via your smartphone. If you've got power to recharge it, fortunately we did. We went to my mother-in-law's place, recharged all our devices, so we could at least communicate with each other. Notified Hydro every day. And there was a text message that you could respond to. STAT, what's the status of my area with my power outage? And they would tell you estimated time. The first time I checked, it was the next day.
Yeah, joy to the world.
Yeah, joy. The next day was the next day, and the next day was the next day, and on and on. And the last time I checked before I got the generator, it was 3 days. I thought, I can't make it 3 more days. Where's my generator? So I started to seriously look for that. But letting Hydro know you are without power. Who has the technology to do that? All these older farmhouses and older folks with no smartphone, no internet.
I have a friend, older couple.
Older than us, Jim?
Yes, and actually probably stronger than us.
If they're farmers, for sure.
And they live on, I'm going to make up a concession, let's say concession 5.
Sure.
I'm making it up because I don't want to out them.
I know where concession 5 is.
And they were reporting it and reporting it and reporting it
Good
and
for
reporting
them.
it. And then Hydro finally reported and said, your hydro's going to be fixed today, concession 15.
No, that's the wrong concession.
They said, we're concession 5. And Hydro had deleted the work order or something. So last time I talked to them, still no power.
You could check the outage map. And that's one of my clues that my particular listing was coming and going. It was being deleted too. Our house would show up as the newly reported outage. It would be flagged on the outage map. And then I checked 6-8 hours later, and it would be gone. And I said, what? They've erased me again. So I go back through the whole process, and I thought, I'm being a pain in the ass, and I'm taking up somebody's time. But you're desperate that somebody knows that you are without power.
Coming here, just not too many miles down your road here, part of that hydro fleet pulled in one driveway and another went further and pulled in another driveway. I'm assuming those people still don't have power.
Yep.
And it's not those workers' fault. They came all the way from Beaverton is where I got behind them.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow. I forget where we had a truck pull off to the side in front of us partway through the outage, and I went out and I started waving my hands. I said, "Hey, can anybody give us an update on how things are looking? You're in the area, scoping it out. We're still without power, by the way." So they chatted with us. They came by after the power went on. This is nearly 3 days later, and asked if the power was back on. They checked in on us again.
We had the police and the fire department go door to door.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Pefferlaw, to just make sure everybody was okay and let them know there is a warming center.
Excellent.
And that you can get food and you can stay there and sleep.
Excellent.
Yeah, and people did.
Excellent.
People did. I went one day, I took a couple of friends over who didn't have power, and I went and I had a half of an egg salad sandwich. I almost felt guilty because I had power, but it didn't matter because part of what you're doing is actually talking to people. And we were at a table, and this young lady said, "Oh, can I join you?" I said, "Yeah, join us." And she was fascinating, but she joined us, just doesn't have power.
Yep.
And so
the commonality of suffering together.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that.
So I don't have a problem with someone going to one of those places and then talking to people and just being there as a warm body.
Part of the community is socialization and just sharing
and
stories.
And a lot of volunteers. A lot of people went and volunteered. A lot of people.
Excellent.
As I said, as I told you, our church donated our dessert to them because we were fine. Right. And the people that were at our community dinner, they were getting a nice, good meal. Surely we could give up the dessert and send it there.
No, we're running out of time already.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about what you want this time.
Well, we're going to start. We're going to start because
I wouldn't. I'd wait for the next show.
No, I'm not going to.
All right, fine. Don't listen to me. Nobody does.
I'm going to talk about Chinese soldiers on the front line of Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
Now that'll lead into other discussions of China and vis-a-vis United States and Trump, etc. But right now, just focusing on, I think it was only 2 soldiers, but the significance could be profound.
It could be. Number one, China knows that they're there, and it might only be 2 soldiers, probably more, but it might also be emptying out of their prisons.
Interesting.
That's China. They don't value life like we do. They're still civilized. Don't get me wrong on that. But I can see North Korea or China just emptying their prisons. You go there, if you survive, you're free. If you don't, you're in jail for life.
Right.
So there you go. And it's somebody else's
problem.
So
the state will know. So those 2 Chinese are not just 2 random citizens.
You can't be random in China.
There is no random in China.
You have to have papers to get out as well as get in.
So Zelensky made that announcement yesterday, and I'm wondering whether that is deliberate, his timing of the messaging, to entice the United States to get back in the ammunition game and support Ukraine.
I would say probably absolutely. Especially when the news is all there, and Trump's, doing what he's doing with the tariffs, and then China defying. Perfect time to say, oh, by the way, China's fighters are in fighting for Russia. So you who've decided to pull out from the world, just remember that your enemies are building, and you're not.
And you're not. Well, that's a terrible foreshadowing for our next podcast, where we'll talk about more things to do with China, more things to do with trade, more things to do with Trump and illegality and pump and dump schemes from the White House. It's criminal, I tell you. It's criminal. That's not. And I'm not talking about the Jim and Terry show. That's criminal on another level. Bye-bye for now.
Driving